Bache. I'm Farooq Abdullah with you. Inshallah, I will see you in physical classes on Thursday. But here in today's lecture, we are going to discuss the themes in short story The Man Who Loved Islands. This short story has been written by D.H. Lawrence, and in my previous lecture, I have discussed with you the summary of this story, The Man Who Loved Islands. And in this lecture, I'm going to discuss major themes in the short story. But before I come towards the themes of this particular short story, The Man Who Loved Islands, first we will have a look at major themes in the writings of D.H. Lawrence. As I often say in my classes, that if you know the pulse of a writer, if you know the pulse of a poet or of a novelist, obviously you are in a position to understand his art. You are in a position to understand his work in a better way. So first we will have a look at the major themes in the writings of D.H. Lawrence. Nature is one of the most cherished themes of the writings of D.H. Lawrence. He presents nature in both the ways. Nature is soothing as well as destructive in the writings of D.H. Lawrence. D.H. Lawrence depicts nature as soothing, as comforting. The beauty of nature can heal the wounds and the scars on human souls, but at the same time that nature is destructive as well. This is how he presents nature in his writings. And the other theme in his writings is psychoanalysis. This theory, psychoanalysis, can be applied on the writings of D.H. Lawrence. Psychoanalysis means that as God Almighty knows the internal working of mind of human beings, in the same way a writer knows the working of the mind of his characters. He presents and he depicts each and everything what his characters are thinking or what his characters are planning in their minds. So this theory of psychoanalysis may also be applied to the writings of D.H. Lawrence. And sex is also one of the major themes of the writings of D.H. Lawrence. He presents sex as the basic need of human beings, as meal, as oxygen, as water is the basic need of human beings. In the same way, sex is also the basic need of human beings. Coming towards the major themes in the story The Man Who Loved Islands, the first and foremost and the most important and the major theme of the story is that the nature is for the utilization of human beings and it cannot be alternate of human beings. What does it mean? It means that nature is there for the benefit of human beings. Human beings may take benefit out of nature. They can utilize nature, but nature cannot be substitute, nature cannot be alternate to the human beings. As in this short story, the central character Cathcart, he separates himself from human beings and he considers that he should sit in the company of nature. He should spend his maximum of his time in the company of nature, but that nature cannot be substitute, cannot be alternate of human beings. So this is the major theme, that nature cannot be the substitute and alternate of human beings. This is for the utilization of human beings. The other theme of this particular short story, The Man Who Loved Islands, is that utopia, the perfect world. The perfect world exists nowhere. What is a perfect world? Perfect world is a kind of world where there is a peace, where there is prosperity, where there is happiness. So this perfect world or this utopia exists nowhere. You have to compromise with odds of life. You have to compromise with different things that are against your mentality, that are against your temperament. You have to compromise on those things, so you can never ever dream a perfect world, because perfect world actually exists nowhere. So how can you dream to live in a perfect world if it is not anywhere? The third thing is that man is a social animal. Man cannot live without community. Exactly, man is a social animal. Man needs a man Man needs people, man needs society, man needs community to live with. So that's why it is said that man is a social animal. And in this story, we see that Cathcart separates himself from the society, he separates himself from the community, and ends in death. First island, the major themes of first island, first theme is the same, that need of community, that man cannot live alone. That is the reason that he brings people with him on first island. Man needs community. That is actually the reason that he brings people with him on the first island. He could not live alone over there, so need of community is everywhere. This is the major theme of first island. And the other theme of first island is that lack of understanding. Cathcart neither have the understanding of himself, nor he has the understanding of others. He cannot understand himself as well as he cannot understand others. He cannot understand the feelings of other people. He actually uses them, he actually orders them, and he wants to be understood by everyone. He wants to be obeyed by everyone, but he doesn't obey anybody, he doesn't understand anybody. And this is the natural phenomena that we have often complaints from rest of the people around us, that फलां फलां मुझे समझता ही नहीं है, फलां फलां मुझे अंडरस्टैंड ही नहीं करता है. But we don't think that how much I understand that person, how much I understand that particular person about whom I am having a complaint that he doesn't understand me. So he lacks understanding of people, and not only the understanding of other people, but he also doesn't understand himself as well. There are several instances in this story where he says that I don't know that what I am feeling. I don't know that what I am feeling. So he doesn't even have the understanding of himself. Second island. The major theme of second island is this is about married life. First island was about the need of community, and the second island is about the need of a married life. Married life actually is the symbol of stability. That is the symbol of settling down to a profound life. But here, this married life is also not well stable. That is not also settled married life, because this married life is not based on love. Sex versus love is one of the most important themes of the writings of D.H. Lawrence. If you go into the depth of his writings, you would understand that sex and love, both these things are one of the major themes of the writings of D.H. Lawrence. Why this married life is not stable? Because this married life is not stable because this is based on sex. This is not based on love. And D.H. Lawrence believed that a married life should be based on love, and sex even should be based on love. Sex should not be based on desire. But here you can see that the things are quite different. I won't go into the depth of this thing. You can understand, you can read by yourself. Coming towards the next theme of second island is that desires should not control you. हजारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी कि हर ख्वाहिश पे दम निकले. We have a lot of desires in our lives, but this is not necessary that all desires should be fulfilled in our life. So we have to, as I'm saying, that we have to compromise with the life, and we should not hanker after desires. We should not run after desires, because if we run after our desires, we will end in death, as Cathcart ends in death. He following his desires, hankering after his desires, that he wants to create a world of his own. He wants to create his own life. He wants to create a tiny world of his own where he should control each and everybody, but that cannot happen, and that ends in death. So desires should not control us. This is the other theme of this short story. And the next, third island. Life gets smaller and smaller if you are alienated from the society. Well, if you separate yourself from the society, if you cut yourself off from the society, your life gets smaller and smaller. You know that life should be seen at a broader canvas. It should be seen at a very large canvas. But when life gets smaller, it's not a worthy life to live. So you know that the second island is smaller than the first one, and the third island is smaller than the second one. In fact, the smallest of all. So when on first island he brings many people, in second island he is with the few people, and in on third island you know that he is all alone. There are no people with him. So it means that his life is getting smaller and smaller with the passage of time. And loneliness makes you a misanthrope. Who is a misanthrope? I have written in the brackets that misanthrope is a person, the one who dislikes human beings. So this loneliness actually makes you misanthrope. You lose interest in human beings. Even you start hating human beings. There is an instance in this short story that when he is sitting in his hut and he hears the conversation of the different people who are on the boat on the bank of the third island, and their conversation actually irritates him. So it means that he starts hating human beings because of his loneliness. So this loneliness is pretty callous. It's destructive and feelingless. As I'm saying that he has become feelingless in his efforts to live a contented life, to live a comfortable life, to live a life separated from rest of the people. He becomes feelingless. He even doesn't know that what are his feelings at a particular moment. There are several lines where it is written that I don't know that what I am feeling. I am not aware. I am unmindful about what I am feeling right now. You know that everyone knows about his feelings now, but he, Cathcart, doesn't know about his feelings. So it means that he has become feelingless. And last thing, that snow is the symbol of death. Snow is a part of nature. Snow is the element of nature. And this nature actually brings his death toward the end of this short story, and he exclaims that elements, you cannot win against elements. Yes, you cannot win against elements. You can live with the elements of nature. You can live with them, but you can give them a due importance in your life. But if you consider them the substitute and alternate of human beings, then the same elements will bring your death, and you will exclaim and shriek toward the end that you cannot win against elements. So these were the major themes of this short story, The Man Who Loved Islands. I hope that I am clear, and inshallah on Thursday when we'll see each other in physical classes, so hopefully I'll have a test of this short story, The Man Who Loved Islands. There would be a written test, short questions and long questions based on my these lectures. And if your midterm, since your midterm is not decided yet, the particular date, because of this corona holidays, so yes, okay, I will tell you in WhatsApp groups that what we are going to do in our next class. God bless you all. Stay happy.